So hardly a big reveal because you've all seen the car already on the thumbnail and the beginning of the video. But we're just going to do a little walk around, have a look at some other damage that's on the car. Obviously, the obvious damage at the front on the wheel and the suspension. And there's also some other little bits of bodywork damage, and the alloys aren't in great condition. But we'll have a look around and we'll check that out. Now, the bumper wasn't hanging off in the Copart photos, and also the wing wasn't damaged. That has obviously been done in transport, but in the grand scheme of things, the bumper is still okay. I may replace it in the future.
I don't know if you saw what I just did there, but I actually opened my car door before I physically actually got there.
That's to do with opening the boot off of the key. I'm really happy about that. I didn't know the car had that function, so that's cool. Just walking around now, obviously the damage on the front. Nice splitter on the back there. Is that standard? I don't know. Let me know. There's some scuff marks on the back of the bumper, where stuff's been taken in and out of the boot. Not a problem. Looking around the rest of it, it's all pretty tidy. As I say, the alloys aren't great. Might upgrade those. Any recommendation I would appreciate. Alright, let's get into it. Again, sticking on the knee pads. I'm sure I've said this before, but I cannot stress enough how useful these are, especially if you're not using a ramp. Obviously I'm working off the street, I'm constantly on my knees, and it absolutely kills you. And this is another issue I came across. There's two jacking points underneath the side of the car. Obviously I couldn't get one under the front because it was stacked so low, because the front suspension's gone, so I've had to nick a jack out of another car, jack the back up, slide my jack under the front, but then also I could then not put an axle stand under it because I'm on the jacking point. So you'll see later on I put the jack under the front of the car and jack it up from underneath the suspension, and then I can get the axle stand in. It's all a bit sketchy. I mean, there must be a better way of doing it. I guess people would usually do it on a ramp, but you know, this is what we got. So there's going to be quite a lot of voiceover on this one, because when I'm working on the street I feel like a bit of a cock talking to myself. I know that's something I need to get used to. But let's take a look inside, and that just confirms what we already knew. The hub has just come away and snapped off from the bottom of the suspension there. Couldn't really see it here, but the drop link is also bent as well. I'm not sure whether that shows. I'll show that in a minute. I've ordered new arms, suspension as well, but it turns out we didn't need them in the end. So here I'm just cracking off the caliper so I can get the hub off. Don't know if it's a BMW thing or just because this car is slightly newer than the Audi TT, but everything is coming out so much easier. Everything's easier to get to. I guess it's a bigger car. As you can see there, the brake pads must have just been changed, and all the pads are the same all around the car, and the discs, and the tyres are all pretty much brand new as well. So just before this was in the accident, someone had spent a little bit of money getting it nice. So here I'm just taking the shock and the spring out just to inspect it, just to make sure that it is straight and there's no damage to it. I end up putting it straight back in with the help of Meg, as you'll see in a minute. But yeah, it's absolutely fine. This is why. There was a gap. Oh yeah, there is the bent drop link. I got myself a brand new one here. £12 this was, no brainer. So is that supposed to go up a certain way? Seems the same from both ways. So yeah, as I said, enlisted some help from Meg getting that shot back in because it's quite heavy to hold up, and also try and get some bolts in the top as well. She's obviously worn the most ideal clothing to help work on a car. Yeah, as you can see there, I've already got the new hub on, transferred over the ABS cable. It did come with an ABS cable, but I know the one that's on there was working, so I've kept the other one as a potential spare. I don't know what happened to the footage of me swapping it all over, and the brake disc, etc., but it's all on there. It was easy, no trouble with that. It's for adaptive suspension, which this car doesn't have, but it would have plugged in somewhere here. So I guess they've just left that sort of hanging. Said that I could just unplug it. Weird one, probably.
Looks pretty straight. How much that cost? That was like yeah, a bit off. It was only.
Now, I know these plates are cringy, but at least they're not 3D or carbon fibre or anything like that. I've had them for years. I think they're pretty cool anyway. Now, everyone's going to probably be wondering, how much did you pay? Now, I paid about £5,100, including fees and delivery from Copart. And the parts, I think I spent about £100 on parts. The two arms I didn't need, which were 30 quid, so £70, and I repaired this car. Of course there's some bodywork that needs doing, but the car is drivable, and it's due in to get serviced and alignment done next week.
Vacuuming the floor, moving to the beat, turning up the volume, tapping my feet, folding up the laundry, colors all around, making every moment feel like a playground. Oh, chores can be fun, dancing while I scroll, singing to the rhythm, in my little hum. With every little task, I find joy in the run. Life's a little brighter when chores can be fun.
Now the next bit is just installing the new wireless Apple CarPlay Android Auto screen. It's a bit long, but it's really informative. I'd rather you didn't, but if you need to, you can skip through. Okay, so next step, got this Linux screen to replace this, because that is the small screen. If it was the larger screen, which I had in an older BMW, I would have kept it, but that's a bit too small. So I've gone for the Linux system. Most people go for the 10.5 inch, but I spotted a 12.5. So that is going to look pretty good there. I don't know what it's going to be like. I mean, I've read reviews. It says the Linux ones are good. I'm just a bit worried about the resolution. Maybe it'd be a bit stretched. So let's whack it in and have a look. Now supposedly this is all quite easy to get off. I've got my selection of tools, but I should be able to just pull this off first and we go from there. What do you mean? Okay. Got two plugs here. Oh, I want to make sure that's off. First piece off. Also, I don't really like the silver, so I will probably be upgrading that. I've seen Alcantara or just gloss black. Not really into carbon fibre, it's not that kind of car. Okay, now we have another panel that supposedly pops straight off. Okay, so then you got your what might they be? T20s? What a guess. You got one there, one there, one there, and one there. Let's just take the screen out. I'm not sure whether I need to take the front of the radio out to free up the wires on the back of this little screen. Let's just find that together. Everything about being in the car. Stick these in the ashtray. Yes and no. That is very tight, so I do think we have to take these out as well. Oh, it's very hot in it. I'll have to open the window. Sorry if there's a bit of noise now, a bit of wind noise, but as you can see I'm sweating. Neighbours probably think I'm nuts talking to myself in the car. No, they're all nuts anyway. Right. Let's go for this one then. God, that's hot. Why is that so warm? Well, I guess it just clamps it in somehow when that's all the way back because there's nothing much holding that in. So there's the plug. And when you order these head units, you have to let them know which plug and which system you're running here. I think it's NBT, this version, I'm not sure. But it's this little beige or burgundy plug. Now, I do feel like I'm almost certainly going to damage this when I pop it out. I'm sure there's a way of doing this. I'm going to have to consult YouTube because I don't want to break that. So you just push that tab in, if you can see from there, and then it pulls out. Yeah, okay, that was easy. Bring that up through there. And then that. Plug the screen in, put that on just to get it out of the way. Guess they're in. I don't think we can agree. That looks pretty good. It's going to go onto the existing plug. The little lock, oh, there the little lock still clips over, and that will go into there. let's test it first before we start putting it all back together. I think everything's plugged in, so let's see if anything works. We got sound. Turn that off, copyright. So I don't need to plug that in, I guess. Or am I going to come across issues when trying to do something else? Still got the iDrive. Still use the high dish. Oh look, seat belt unfastened. Nice. Result. I'm going to test it out. Test all the functions. You don't need to be bothered seeing that. And if there's any issues, I'll make a little clip. Okay, so we're all back together now. CarPlay with music. WhatsApp, whatever.
Oh.
So I just peel the screen protector off. I don't think there's one on it. It just had a sticker. But there's no screen protector on there, is there? There's not. It just had a fake sticker for the screen protector.
Which makes you think it is. Go on.
Well, I thought we might have a cup of tea in front of the telly and have one in a minute.
Nah.
Hey, also, Meg, open your door. Hey. Oh, it's the wrong door. Shut your door. Let me open mine. Oh. Well, that's back to front. Well, at least we know one door's open.
What's that chart? Oh no.
Yeah, that's back to front as well. Well, at least we know it's the wrong way around. Whatever door it tells us is open, it's the opposite.
The next day.
I know this is a controversial one, but I'm swapping out the nostrils, or better known as the kidney grills. Now, of course, I'm going gloss black. The rest of the accents on the car are all black, around the windows are black, etc. I think these look way better. I mean, I know some people love them, I know some people hate them, but I like them. Read online, you don't need to take any body panels off or anything. You can just reach your fingers in and pop these out yourself, which you can if you've got long skinny fingers. I guess mine was slightly on the chubby side because I've wrecked my fingers doing it. Now that pretty much wraps up this video. The car is now roadworthy and we are about to take it on a road trip to Drive Tribe, Richard Hammond's Drive Tribe Live. So I'll leave you with some photos of that. Just want to thank everyone who's made it this far. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I have got some more cosmetic and also some performance parts to fit in the next episode. So please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Any advice, all appreciated.
The new screen working well.
Drive Tribe.